Molecular gastronomy is a science that studies the physical and chemical transformations that happen during cooking, and it explores the multiple ways to use this science and create new original dishes.
The word ravioli is from an old Italian word ravigare, which means to wrap. The earliest of ravioli dates back to the 14th century. There is a long tradition of serving vegetarian ravioli in Italy on Fridays. Traditional fillings include ricotta mixed with grated cheese and vegetables such as spinach and peas. Serving ravioli with tomatoes wasn't introduced until the 16th century, when tomatoes were brought to Europe.
First, you add the 4 tablespoons of gelatin to warm water and stir until it's well combined. This is the making of a solution, which is a physical change that affects the osmotic pressure of the substance by making it a gel.
The technique used in this project is gelification, which is the process of turning a substance into a gelatinous form, liquid into solid.
Then you put the vegetables in a glass and make them a puree with the puree mixer. This is a physical change. Then you use a sieve to make the puree a smoother mix by taking out the bigger parts of the mixture. This is how the final soup should look like. A liquid that is a little bit thick. When all the gelatin has dissolved, making a solution, a physical change, you pour it into certain containers to make them a gelatin. Then you put those containers in the fridge to make them set and change its temperature, which is another physical change. The smaller molds with the gelatin were also mixed with the puree so that they could later be put in the bigger molds to make the first ones like a filling. Once you've covered the small ones in more gelatin, you put them in the fridge again. When you get the gelatin out of the fridge, it should look something like this and be really firm. Then, with the help of a knife, you take the raviolis out of the molds, but being careful because they can be easily broken. Then you place them in a plate, again being careful. Finally, you decorate the raviolis with a foam that was made with the rest of the puree and the foam mix maker. The solution is mixed or whipped to let air in, which is a physical change, and the property change is the vapor pressure depression, because the mixture turns into a color of the type with dispersed phase being gas and the continuous phase being liquid to form the foam. And finally, to add a little bit more decoration and flavor, you add tomato puree to the plate.
The effect on the traditional dish, thanks to the gelification, were that instead of using pasta to make the raviolis, we use the gelatin and inside the normal filling of the dish.